it's not trolling. I'm telling you.
I can tell you an error as well. There's an error, isn't it, in it as well? Tariq, would you say Jamaicans are foundational Black Americans?
Okay, let me finish talking to Richie. You know, good and well, a Jamaican is not a foundational Black American.
Okay, if that's the case, you do know that plantations used to trade slaves between each other.
Right.
Yeah.
So would a biracial woman be a foundational Black American?
If one of the parents are foundational Black American.
So only one?
How many parents do you need to be a foundational Black American? Like, how many would you need?
How many what do you need?
How many ancestors would you need to be a foundational Black American?
We've already described what the definition and the criteria. If you can trace that lineage back to the 1870 census here in America, you are a foundational Black American.
What if you can only find one?
That's all you need.
I'm a foundational Black American then.
So
Ronda Rousey's a foundational Black American.
Well, I'm in the room and I'm a foundational Black American then.
Okay.
Do you know who the Americans are?
Can you trace your lineage to the 1870 census?
I can trace it to the 1815 to be exact.
Okay, there you go.
Do you know who the Americans are?
What are you talking about? Now we're getting into some technical stuff. What are you talking about?
Oh, the Americans, they were people who fought in the War of 1812. They were Americans that left and fought with the British in the War of 1812. Some went to Labrador, some went to Trinidad, in the south of Trinidad. 6th Company, 5th Company went to Trinidad, and other companies went to, I think it was Nova Scotia, Labrador. Nova Scotia, up there in Canada. And they invented hockey, all that other stuff.
Okay.
And down in Trinidad, they invented spiritual.
You have a clear accent, so you came from somewhere. You have an accent.
Yeah, I came from Trinidad.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're not FBA. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you said if I have one ancestor dating back to... I do. I told you. I just do. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Samuel Bunton was his name.
I don't believe that.
No,
no, that's a fact.
Okay,
fact.
One second. Wallahi, I swear, and I bet you $1,000 that I do. So I just swear to God.
Permit me to laugh.
No,
Richard, you're not foundational America.
One second. Let me just say this. I bet you $1,000.
Sir.
No. I bet you $1,000. You just said if I have.
Full of shit.
You said
right.
If I have one ancestor, and I do, and you said I don't, and I'm lying,
right?
And I
just
said
the 1870 census. You said somebody who.
I said I can find someone dating back to 1815.
Okay, now let's be clear. That person, if you're in Trinidad, that person
1815
left at some point.
So you would say that people who were enslaved in America but ran away due to the Underground Railroad, but so they weren't on the 1870 census, are not foundational Black Americans, in spite of the fact that they may have been enslaved here for 300 years?
You're not. If you had to go somewhere else, you became another part of that culture.
Wow.
See, it's not about reparations.
1 second. Let that settle in. Let that settle in, folks. Tariq Nasheed just said that people, right, who were with Harriet Tubman, who escaped on the Underground Railroad into Canada, right, that they are not foundational Black Americans simply because they were not on the 1870 census.
Because
he's making it up on the spot.
Can I say this for a second? By that?
Yeah, we got to get to the hands. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tariq, and then because I have something to say.
Canadian. And you're not
I don't even care.
So that means
It's not about foundation. It's not about foundation.
Hold on, can I please say something? I beg you.
To the hands, y'all.
Now, by your what you just said, because if someone left, right, and they went into another country, now they're Canadian.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
Okay, good. So that means since I left Trinidad, I'm now American.
No.
That's what you just said, sir.
That's what you just said.
No.
Because you're making it up on the spot.
You're malfunctioning.
Let him wait. Let's hear what he has to say. Explain yourself, Tariq.
If you left in the early 1800s, been here for over 200 years, you're not a foundational Black American. That's how that works. Now, if you just brought your ass up here, you're still Trinidadian. That's how that works.
What? How long was you? So wait a minute. Hold on. So, if considering the fact that Richard has, American and has ancestry, and according to your bylaws,
he's not FBI.
Is that if he has ancestry that goes back to the killing fields, because that was originally the thought process. If it goes back to the killing fields of slavery in America, that they are considered a foundational Black American, right? He has ancestry that goes back that far. Now, what you're saying now that there's a time limit on your ancestry, is that what you're trying to tell us?
No, ma'am. You've not been here for 200 years. You're part of another culture.
All right. So let me read the definition of something to someone.
Listen.
Let me just read the definition of something that
I have Nigerian DNA. I did a DNA test. Some of my DNA goes to Nigeria. I can't go to Nigeria and be accepted.
You're a Tether! Tariq, you're a Tether!
The thing about it is, even though you've taken a Nigerian, DNA test and you're part Nigerian, it's not like you came from Nigeria. Right? That means that, and let's be real, a lot of those DNA tests, because a lot of Nigerians and Ghanaians and West Africans and part of Central Africa was brought over during slavery, of course you're going to, have basically representation of the DNA of those people of that area. But the problem is that even though, to be truthfully honest, we're okay with everyone saying you're foundational Black American. That's fine. You want to have your own lineage? That's cool. You want to have your own ethnicity? You want to have your own... Yeah, we want to have all of that.
Foundational Black
that's fine. We don't have a problem with that. But the problem begins when even though you're saying all of this, there's some problems in your community that you guys refuse to clean up. And when we say something to you, because right now you guys are going on a immigrants ain't shit, crusade.
Which is basically fine.
Yeah, but and in a way, it's funny because you're sidestepping the white supremacists and you're angling straight for us.
Oh,
but the issue is when you say certain things about foundational Black Americans and you want to negate certain parts of heritage, which we sit there going, well, wait a minute, that's not you. I mean, you have people in your own group talking about they're Indians. I mean, and with a bow and arrow, and that they're not Black.
And Yankees and all types of derogatory names. That's
what does that have to do with what I just said? That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Did you say not derogatory?
So let me just read a definition so that the
you gotta go to the hands.
Let me just read the one definition so the room understands what's happening.
More time, sir. Did you say Akata is not derogatory?
This nigga going.
Let me read a definition, and we'll get to the word Akata. Do you want to talk about the word Akata?
Have a good night, guys.
Do you want to talk about the word Akata?
See?
Running.
All right. Special pleading. One sec. Special pleading is an informal fallacy wherein one cites something as an exception to a general or universal principle without justifying the special exception. It is the application of a double standard. In a classic...
So Tariq has just dipped. He's dipped.
In the classical...
He's a flea.
Yeah, but let us
read the definition, though.
Tariq has fled the space.
In the classic distinction among material fallacies, cognitive fallacies, and formal fallacies, special pleading most likely falls within the category of a cognitive fallacy because it would seem to relate to lip service, rationalization, diversion, abandonment of discussion. Special pleading also resembles the appeal to logical fallacies. So what happens there, right, that many of you may miss, and it's easy to miss, right? What happens right there, right, is a type of special pleading where the person creates a set of rules, says these are the rules, and then you say, well, here's this rule. I say, this doesn't